All right, welcome to Ecom Printables. We're going to be looking at some TPT tips and tricks, particularly keyword research. Let's jump in. All right, so we are on the TPT platform. I'm going to show you some strategies that we can use while we're on the platform. There's no real tools that I've found. You have to get an agreement set up with a website in order to be able to create like a research tool or something, right? So Etsy has a ton of keyword research tools that you're able to go out and do some advanced keyword research with third-party tools. TPT, I have not seen any third-party tools. So we have to rely on the platform itself, and then I can show you some other kind of sneaky ways to do it, some really data-driven ways if you have a premium tool like Ahrefs. So we're going to look at that, but first we're going to show you what you can do to just get started for free right here on TPT. So we're on the TPT homepage. Obviously, when you scroll down, you're going to get some, top sellers in different categories, middle school resources, and so forth, right? You're going to get some statistics, and you have your elementary stuff. So what's selling on elementary right now? So this is a good way to kind of just get you thinking, like this printable PDF hexagonal thinking, getting to know you kind of stands out. Obviously, they're getting ratings, and they're getting a ton of ratings. So this stuff is what is in right now, right? So you could definitely do that. You could even click on one of these and get additional ideas by scrolling down and just seeing what people are saying about it and so forth. And then we can scroll down here. We can look at some different products from that seller and so forth. But then I'll come back over here to the dashboard and I'll show you kind of some different ways you can do that. Obviously, we can start doing some keyword research by, if you just left click inside the search bar, you're already going to see popular right now, Black History Month, 100th day of school, Groundhog Day, Valentine's Day, reading composition. So these are the categories right now that are popular right now. You could also start typing in here and playing like an alphabet soup type thing. Like if I was going to do clip art, what is the most popular clip art right now? Well, it's Valentine's Day clip art. That's a key word right here that you could go and create a big clip art bundle, something like that. Clock clip art, right? We didn't type in C or anything like that after that, but clock clip art for whatever reason right now is popular because you can probably use it to help teach, time and so forth in, like first and second grade, math clip art and so forth, right? And then you have the popular sellers, see what they're doing as well. So there's different ways of doing this. And then you can start playing this alphabet soup right here, clip art A. And it doesn't really kind of work like YouTube and so forth. Like if we do this, it doesn't really work as well. So, but it still works somewhat, right? So we did clip art G and then game board clip art, right? So that shows up. You can just keep trying different things, kids clip art and so forth, right? So that's one way to do it. I'm going to show you another way that we're going to be able to find all the clip art and what the search volume in Google is, and it's going to give you a lot more data. It's the closest to a TPT keyword research tool that you're going to get. But first, before we do that, again, another thing that you can do, what I like to do is you can go to browse catalog, right? And then you have this chart that shows up. So I'm looking at printables, right? Worksheets, printables, activities, any of those, but like separated by the actual resource type. I'm going to go with printables because that's what I kind of specialize in. And you're going to be looking at 3 million plus results, right? So massive competition on the platform, over 3 million results, right? You're going to see just at the overall end, what are the most popular ones? If you create resources based on what you're seeing at the top right here, the top, 100, you're going to have a really hard time. It's just way too competitive. They've got so many, you're not going to be able to compete with 20,000 reviews on that product, right? So what you're going to do is we're going to niche down, right? We can niche down. And if you want to look at more at once, it's nice to get this grid view because then you can see a bunch of stuff going on at once, a lot more products on the page. I like that. But what we're going to do now is we're going to be applying some filters. So let's just focus on one grade at a time. A lot of these resources that we create are going to be, like pre-K to 6th grade, pre-K to 5th grade, things like that, where you could technically stretch it and it could work for any other grades. But mostly we could be creating them in like for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade mostly, right? So let's just say for fun, we're going to go with 1st grade. And you're going to see that we've already chopped that in more than half. We've already chopped it in half by just specializing in one grade. Now, a tip you could do is click off of that and see how low you can get that. 2nd grade is a little bit less. 3rd grade went down even more. 4th grade went down under 1 million, right? So see how we're doing that? The further grade up you go, the lower amount of printables that are going to be needed, right? But if you can find a nice medium for when you're going to need these, so we're at 500,000 right here for 6th grade. And just for fun, we'll go to 12th grade. There's only going to be 180,000. So if you specialize in high school or 12th grade printables, then you're going to have way less competition. Now, I don't know what the sales for that is, but if we go through here, 1800 right here, you're going to see you're still going to have thousands of reviews. So there's still a need, right? We could still come through here and create different printables inside of this market right here. Only 180,000, right? But let's go back to the kind of the famous 1st grade right there. And then what are we going to do? We're going to continue to niche down. You can scroll through and look at what other creators are creating on the platform. But I like to go down here, and you can sort this by a different, like if you're a math teacher, you could go in here and you could select, I want to somehow, like you wouldn't be selecting algebra in 1st grade, right? But maybe just numbers, maybe just mental math. I'm going to go over here and just say, like maybe numbers and measurement, right? But we've already shrunk this down to 55,000, right? So I don't think that there should be an algebra 1 right here. If we clicked into that, that means that they just marked it for not grade specific or something like that, which I'll go ahead and right click on that just to kind of prove the point, because it shouldn't be ranking right here. They put 7th to 10th grade and then homeschool. So homeschool basically can mean all grades. So you have to be careful when you select homeschool. It basically kind of puts you in all grades. But this, I like this new chart that they've come up with. It's mostly used right here in a 9th grade, right? But definitely 6th to 12th grade, this is used. It is definitely not in the 1st grade section. So not really sure why it's showing up right there, but we're going to come back over and we're going to unmark that. So we're back over here to the 1.3 million, but some other types of things that you can go ahead and do is for all subject areas, if you mark this, then we already marked this down to 62,000 results, right? And then another thing I like to do is I'll apply another filter. I'll go and, because I usually deliver just PDF type stuff, so I'll go and just select PDF and maybe, image as well, right? So now we've already shrunk this down to 42,000, less than 50,000. And now you can start sorting through here and getting ideas, right? This is going to really help with ideas to what to create and so forth, right? So then you can just come through here. You can even go to like page 5 and really start kind of seeing what's going on. Binder forms right there, doodles, calendar templates, phonics all year, right here, 1st grade language arts right here. It's like a bundle. Maybe you don't want to create this massive bundle, but maybe you could break this up and create some different products like this. It also says mostly used with 1st. So this data right here is very helpful because, like we said, we are under the 1st grade filter, and it's accurate because you can literally just mark this as 1st grade. You'll probably mark this as kindergarten through 4th grade because the data says, but it's really going to shine for 1st graders. You want to create your content specifically for 1st graders. Create, something similar. Don't steal from this, but this at least gives you some opportunities to just kind of get your brainstorming, going forward. So that's kind of a cool way to research on the platform. But now what we're going to do is I'm going to take the Teachers Pay Teachers URL. I'm going to go over to this fancy Ahrefs professional tool. Minimum, this is $100 per month, right? But certainly there's other tools that you can use as well, but definitely Ahrefs and SEMrush are going to be like your main pro tools that are the best on the market. And what we can do is we can come over here to Site Explorer. We can throw in Teachers Pay Teachers and push search. It's going to give us a lot of data, over 6 million visitors per month, right? We can go back over to the site and just see, I like to see what SimilarWeb says over here. So this is kind of some of my SEO expertise kicking in here, but it really does help when you're a TPT seller. So it's pretty, monthly visits saying 16 million right here. It's gone down a little bit, but it goes up and down definitely with the school year. So you have to take the traffic with a grain of salt. It ranges anywhere from like Ahrefs 6 million to 16 million but basically all we know is that they're getting millions of visitors per month. So a lot of traffic. So now what you can do is you can take this. You don't really have to worry too much about, it's not going to get too technical, but it does give you some really good data. Most of the traffic does come from the United States, then India, Australia, Philippines, Canada, and so forth, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to focus right here on keywords. I'm going to click on keywords, and now it's going to pull up the 2.5 million keywords that we are ranking for on Google with Teachers Pay Teachers, right? So this is going to really allow us to come through here and go over, and the biggest thing we want to do now, right, is we want to go over to keyword contains, and we can go partial match right here. And now we can say, what are we going to create, right? So we can come back here over here, and like we said, to get ideas, I'm going to exit out of that one right there. And let's just say you are doing language arts, right? So I'm going to go and I'm going to literally just copy language arts. What kind of items could we create that is just language arts right here? And it's actually, I'm going to put it back to phrase match. Now, there's a difference between phrase match and partial match. Now, if I wanted to go language arts, and then I wanted to go, clip art or anything else add in here, you would want to go with partial match right there. But since we're only going to look for one right now at a time, we can go with phrase match, right? Language arts, and apply. So now we're going to look at the 2.5 million keywords, and we're going to only look at things that have language arts in them. It has to have the phrase language arts. And now you have 824 words or products that are ranking. And now what we can do is look at all these products. You can even come through here if you wanted to, right? Because we're looking at 800 products. You can actually come over here to the keyword difficulty score of ranking. If you wanted to, you could just go 25 right here and then push show results. And then you're only going to get green keywords that are going to easily rank on Google. And most likely you'll be able to rank them on TPT as well. So now we're looking over here. And if you want to really get, get down to like, hey, I want to really get a sale, I want to rank for this, you can just come up to KD score and literally just go 5 max, right? We're going to go 5 max, show results. And now we're looking at 266 words. So 6th grade language arts yearly plan right here, boom. And you get the search volume right here. So now we can sort this by search volume and look at the highest ones, right? So Springboard English language arts, right? So then you can go over here and click on this, and you're competing now with just 10 people. And if you spend time in here, if you can hit some of these, like right over here, Flower Springboard 6th grade ELA right here, it has a review. I like to see if they have reviews or not, because then that's going to really help with, like for over here, this one doesn't really look like it's relevant, but it does have, and it's a free resource, but it does have 16 ratings. Flowers for Algeron characterization, and it does have English language arts right here, okay? So that's an idea. You could do something like that. Come back over here and just kind of look. So this one definitely gets Springboard English language arts, definitely gets traffic. Now what you can do also is click in here and get more ideas, right? You can get really specific, even 12th grade and so forth. You could make a series right here and kind of dominate this little keyword, this little niche right here. But for fun, I'm going to go and just search for this on Google, and you're going to see that there's, you're like, I don't even know what this is. I'm not a teacher, but we certainly can come through here and kind of do some research to find out what this actually is or should be, right? So you can read a little bit about it and find out exactly what you should probably create, right? So we're going to go back over here. So that's something that you can do, right, with just language arts. And you can come down here, look down here, Valentine's Day language art activities, okay? So it's an easy keyword to rank for. There's 100 searches. And we know that during this time, 2 weeks before Valentine's Day, that this is not 100. This is maybe 1,000 or 5,000, right? So we're going to click on that and go and check out. And it's going to take you right to the page where you're going to be able to go and look, right? So we're going to have all these different ideas right here that pertain to that particular keyword, right? So then you could go and let's just say, we want to come back over here and we want to say Valentine's. I'm not even going to put Valentine's. I'm just going to say Valentine and push apply, show results. And now we have almost 4,000 that we can go through. I don't like to do anything that's related to anything Disney or anything like that. People are doing that. And I know that that's popular in teaching and stuff, but I just don't do it for myself. I don't want to risk any of the copyright strikes and so forth. So I kind of skip over that stuff, but we still have our filters on up here and so forth. So here's something right here. It's a verse in a Valentine crossword clue, that keyword right there. And this is what's ranking. This tells me that there is nobody that actually, look at Christian's Valentine's Day. This is ranking on, this is ranking number 15 on Google, but it's because nobody has used this keyword, right? Verse in a Valentine crossword clue. No one has used that particular keyword in any product out of the 10,000 plus results right over here. It's not to be seen. So it just gives you an idea that there's still a need that needs filled. And the reason why TPT is only ranking number 15 on Google for this keyword is because there's absolutely no product. And you can see that by over here. They're just ranking the Christian Valentine's Day kind of category, if you will. So there's nothing on TPT that answers this exact product question right here. So if you created something specific to that, there's a good chance that TPT, because of the power behind TPT, that this would rank in the top 5. So this is a really good way to do your keyword research, right? Hot air balloon Valentine's Day box right here. You could also create that as well. So a really cool way that you can go out and do keyword research, advanced keyword research using a professional tool for as a TPT seller. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got value from it. If you did, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to Ecom Printables. I'm coming out with more tutorials like this to help you sell better on your e-commerce printables, digital printables platforms. All right, see you next time.